Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. Today we'll be looking at what the hell Bitcoin has done. It's just jumped yesterday, big time, despite the SEC coming back with the ETF decision. We'll be looking at that quickly. It's going to be a short one today, a shorter one today, unless we get into further discussion. But we'll be looking over the markets just as normal, looking at the Bitcoin charts and looking at any charts you want to look at as well with the altcoins. Altcoins have obviously gone down. We said it yesterday. If Bitcoin jumps by $300 or $400 or more, then the alts are going to go down. If it goes down by $300 or $400 or more, the alts are going to go down. Alts usually go up when Bitcoin is stable or steadily rising, or steadily going down as well. So alts have dropped yesterday, but they're coming back again once kind of Bitcoin finds its new kind of price, which is looking like around about 8,500, 8,600. So take a look at the chart for that as well, see what is next. That's a position we wanted to be in. So we want the Bitcoin to be around about this price, around about the 200 MA. What we didn't want is the 200 MA being used as resistance. We want it to go above the 200 MA, so we'll look at that as well. Excuse me. We'll just go to the chat area, see if we've got anybody in just now and see if we're live or not. We are live. Excellent, so just jump over to the chat. Okay, we have Chris Camus is in the house, Marcus Jafari is in, Gordy Boy is in as well, Mike D, one of our Brown admins, is in the house this morning, Stephen King is in, Mac Paulin, Honest Crypto Journey is in the house, Sokia Ngov is in, and Gareth Passage is in this morning as well. Not a lot of people in this morning, but I'm sure we'll get some more coming along. I've just posted the links in, so we'll get a few more people coming in. Okay, we'll just jump into the markets just now, see what the hell is going on. Okay, as we know, Bitcoin jumped up, now 8,585 aggregated price across all the exchanges. We've got a market capitalization and overall market cap of $231 billion. Bitcoin dominance going up slightly, as you can imagine, 66.8%, up 0.5%, which is quite a lot for the dominance. So that's what's happening at the moment. Let's see who the winners and losers are. Dentacoin is up 20.81%. Holochain, REN, MCO, Crypterium and Maker all in double-digit greens this morning. And we can see we've got about 40% in the green, 60% in the red. Komodo down 6%, Educare, 0x, Swipe, Metaverse, Verge all down as well, but not by that much, to be honest. Take a look at the BTC Satoshi value and see if that changes. It does change. So if you look at the Satoshi value, you can see there's about 15% in the green and 85% in the red. So that does change it quite significantly. But it's not a lot of Satoshi, but most of the alts went down because people were jumping into Bitcoin, which is understandable as well. Okay, we'll go to the overall markets. I don't know if I've set this up. I haven't. Just set it up and we'll come back to it. Unless it does it quickly. No, so we'll just wait on that. Is it coming back? Let's test edges on Coinmarketcap. Look at crypto bubbles. So this is BTC value, Satoshi value, over the last 24 hours. So you can see in USD value, it looks a lot better because of the Bitcoin price rising. That's why I say always look for the Satoshi value, because the dollar value is going to go up in line with what Bitcoin is doing at that particular moment in time. So HOT is up 24.6% over the last 24 hours. That's still going up just now. Digibyte is going up. Crypterium, MCO, it's a previous call as well. CYT, so there's loads of them going up in dollar value. Let's look at the BTC value. HOT, REN, Digibyte, Crypterium still the same, up in Satoshi value, but nowhere near as much in the green as we are with the dollar value. Look over the last hour. What's going on? Luna is going up. Ravencoin, XVG is going up. This is in Satoshi value. Look at dollar value. Let's see more green in the dollar value range for obvious reasons. Okay, we jump back to the market. Coinmarketcap now has 2,963 coins listed, was done well. Alpha token. We've looked at this one before. Alpha token over the last 7 days up 5,000%. Put $1 in, get $50 back. That can't be bad at all on 48,000 volume. Kind of looked at this before, and I think I dismissed it. Sorry, not we. I think I dismissed it before because it looked a bit sus, and it still looks a bit sus, to be honest. Where's the markets? Coin Lim, 40,000. I'm just going to have a look. Right, this is Coin Lim, the dashboard. I'm going to have a look at the order books. USDT CNY. That's ETH USDT search. I don't think it even has it. So it says AETH, and I don't see it here at all. So I've got Agro PLA. I've got ETH actually, sorry. Yeah, there it is there. Right, it's come right back down again. So somebody been buying here, obviously. That's kind of shot up. So no, it's not right. So we have to kind of dismiss that again. Also have to look at these things though. And Casso on 19,000 volume up 795%, 245% the last hour. I don't know about that either. Swarm City up 340% on 862,000 volume. Market cap of 2.2 million. Worth looking at that as well, just to see what's going on. And Golden Pyrex up 174%. DOS Network up 88% on 1 million volume. Market cap is under 1 million. MIR coin up 73% on good volume as well, 2.3 million. Bitball still going up as well, just looking at the volume. Consentium up 60%, don't know the market cap of that. So this is where we're looking for hidden gems. And no, I wouldn't be looking at Alpha token for sure. Fear and Greed Index still around about the same, 37 it was yesterday, 39, 37. It's veering towards kind of being fearful, but we're kind of middle of the road there, so we're neither fearful nor greedy, we're just kind of in between, and that's kind of what the markets are like, apart from Bitcoin obviously. I don't mean the markets, I meant the stories in the marketplace just now. There's not that many stories about kind of anything really, there's no major stories coming out, apart from the SEC obviously, that's the main one. Jump back to chat. Mark Innes is in the house. Did I say Mitch Dieter? I believe I did say Mitch Dieter as well. Chris Cash is in. Alpha has a trading comp on. They must have found gold. I don't know what's going on with Alpha. Chris, can we see if you're still on Wink? It looks like as if it's starting to move on Win TRX pair. Yes, I'm still on Wink. I'm going to be until, well, I think I'm going to be in Wink till the foreseeable, to be honest. I just need to wait and see what happens with Wink. I still think it's got a good chance of coming back up, but with the BTC pairing being delisted, there's a kind of a kick in the stones a wee bit, but in the long run I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. G-Slick is in the house. Welcome to you. BTC above 8,600 now on Binance. Excellent. We're going to have a look at the chart in a second. Mark Innes, come on, Wink. That'd be brilliant if it did jump up. Imran Chowdhury is in the house. Welcome to you. Hi, Stevie O. Just a quick one. NKN versus Video Vote is going on live right now, and NKN is killing it. 16,977 versus 771 from Video. As mentioned, NKN will get listed on Binance Pump incoming. So NKN, where is it just now? So we looked at this yesterday. So there's a vote going on just now to see what's going to get listed on Binance. So it's up 10% at the moment. You can see it's been as high as 50 million market cap. It's got 10 million market cap at the moment. Satoshi value is 346 at the moment. It was and has been 6,550. So a 20x from where it is just now. NKL builds itself a new kind of P2P network connectivity protocol. We've seen that already. Markets soon to be on Binance, it looks like. Social, kind of look to that as well. So we'll see what happens after it gets listed on Binance. Now, NKN being listed on Binance, it's got a 10 million market cap. There's a lot of other good projects out there. I'm not saying NKN is not. I'm just saying there's a lot of other good projects out there that are kind of similar market cap on Binance as well. I'm just seeing how much this is how much it's jumped over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, so it's almost doubled in the last couple of weeks, so just be careful. 208 Satoshi, it's now 346 and up about 70% so far. So that's good. I know you kind of spoke about that yesterday, Imran. Crypto Dread is in the house. Welcome to you, all the way from Florida. MacPawn, BTC going up like gold. Nobody buy BTC. And they sold some alts. Nobody buy gold, but the world money going down. So gold go up. Can it be correct? If yes, BTC could be very, very good. Yes, it could be. Bitcoin and gold, I think, are going to be the hedges that people use when the traditional markets kind of go down. Gold has traditionally been the one that's kind of jumped when the stock markets, etc., have gone down. But I think more and more people are going to jump into Bitcoin as well. NKN's main feature is that it's got the world's most nodes, more than BTC and ETH put together. Excellent. So I have had a look at it as well, and I've not done a deep dive on it or anything like that, but it does look sound. Ross Davidson is in the house as well. 20,000 nodes versus BTC 10,000, ETH 8,000. Okay, so we'll go into the main news story before we look at the kind of Bitcoin charts. As I said, it's going to be a shorter one today. I've not got anything major to talk about. We've been speaking about DeFi kind of the rest of the week and how we need to kind of really look at DeFi, and I've given you a few projects to look at as well. So check into that. But SEC rejects Bitwise Bitcoin ETF, citing concerns about fraud and manipulation. Same old, same old. So the SEC has rejected the Bitcoin ETF proposal from Bitwise Asset Management and New York Stock Exchange Arca following repeated delays. Bitwise had initially filed a proposal for a rule change in January. So in their 112-page in-depth statement released on Wednesday, the Commission states that the filing failed to meet the necessary requirements, particularly those related to market manipulation and illicit activities. It still baffles me. Illicit activities are still going on about that when cash, the US dollar, is one of the most widely used currencies for illicit activities, and yet they're not banning that. It's weird. Not that they're banning it, just that they're not putting it through. They're not allowing it through as well. So we'll see. It's going to. The ETF is coming. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. So according to the decision, rather, the Commission is disapproving this proposed rule change because, as discussed below, NYSE Arca has not met its burden under the Exchange Act and the Commission rules of practice to demonstrate that its proposal is consistent with that requirements of Exchange Act Section 6b5, and in particular the requirement the rules of National Securities Exchange be designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices. And how you can do that. So Matt Hogan, Managing Director and Global Head of Research at Bitwise, recently appeared on CNBC with a hopeful message about an approval which would have made the Bitwise offering the first fully regulated Bitcoin ETF. So again, it's not happening just now. It's going to happen. Mark Hogan has been kind of somber about it and just saying, yeah, that's fine. It's great that the SEC have come out with the decision. We're on that road. We're on the path. We are on the path to getting the ETF made. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter now. The ETF was a big thing last year, the beginning of this year, end of last year. Not now. It was kind of deemed as being the last kind of ditch hope for Bitcoin. Definitely not anymore. So that's it, been rejected again. They'll put another one in, and I would imagine that might be rejected and be rejected again, maybe 2020, and we'll get an approval for a Bitcoin ETF. So we'll need to wait and see what happens. Okay, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now gone up to 8,657. Just now, that's on the daily chart. We're going to look at the 4-hourly chart. In fact, we'll go back to the daily because we want to see this. This orange line is the important line. We're going to change that line. and we'll make it yellow. In fact, we'll make it green. And I'll do it much thicker. Okay, so this green line here is the main line we're kind of interested in. We know when it fell below the 200 MA, a lot of people were panicking, and it kind of went below the 200 MA around about 8,600 or 8,300 it went below, and the 200 MA is still climbing just now, so it needed to reach about 8,600. It's reached that just now. However, it's been rejected a couple of times at or on the 200 MA. So it's a good thing that it climbed up to here, but what we need to do now is sustain this rise. So if this rise can be sustained and it's rising more and it's looking good just now, then we'll be even more bullish, and we will be looking at the 9,000s again for Bitcoin to reach. Despite everything that's happened, kind of volume's up slightly as well, which is good. And we go to the 4-hourly. I spoke about this yesterday, and I said if the 70 EMA crosses over the 50 EMA, then I'd be extremely bullish. Shortly afterwards, that exact thing happened. We'll look at the 1-hourly chart. And it was when it climbed, it was round about, it was actually before then. 8, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it started to climb just after the kind of live show yesterday, and then about 1, 2 o'clock. So it's still climbing just now, 8,661 at the moment. So it's looking good for Bitcoin just now. We're not going to put all these kind of parameters on it, but if it sustains this rise above the 200 MA, then we could be going even higher up to into the 9,000s level from here. So we have to kind of break. Where are we kind of going to go next? Really, it's up to about the 9,000 level, which would be a psychological barrier. But the barrier just now, the resistant level just now, is that 200 MA. So this is still one to keep an eye on. We want to stay above this line, the 200 MA, on the daily chart. And if we manage to do that today and tomorrow, I think that's a really good sign for Bitcoin going back and breaking through the 9,000 barrier. So let me know what you think. What do you think Bitcoin is going to be by the end of the week? Do you think it's going to be below 8,000 or above 9,000 by the end of this week? We'll say Saturday or Sunday, by Sunday there. As you can imagine, all the alts have taken a beating because Bitcoin has jumped such to these prices just now. And we'll see if there's any. Yeah, there's only one page. There's only one page. We'll go to kind of Bitcoin and KuCoin as well. We'll go back to chat. Imran, oh, we've seen that. Ross Davidson, we've seen that. Imran, Bank of America's job posting hints it hired a dedicated Ripple specialist. I've seen that as well. That was a news story. And the Bank of America put a job posting in. They were talking about Ripple in the actual posting, the job listing. It's to manage the details on that. So I've seen that this morning as well. Mark Zuckerberg to testify before Congress on Facebook Libra cryptocurrency. I don't think that's going to take off, to be honest. A sell-off coming as CYT-Crypto. It could be if it doesn't manage to hold this line. So if it doesn't hold this line and it gets kind of rejected, it has been rejected before at the 200 MA, which was being used as resistance. And it's been above the 200 MA since April of this year. And we'll see where that puts us with the 50 MA. I'm going to go turn these EMAs off. So that was a death cross there. I need to change this colour. Go to red. This is for the MAs only. And that's on the daily. You can see the death cross there coming up. It's just happening just now, actually, the death cross. But if we manage to stay above that 200 MA, then that death cross will not happen. We'll skirt with it, we'll dance with it, but it may not happen. Gut feeling. We'll have to wait and see, but gut feeling is still going to come down a wee bit more. There's a gut feeling. David Schwartz, hello to you. I think BTC jumped because the ETF was rejected. It might well have been. Because come out 8,900 and then I think we're going down. I don't know why 8,900. That'll be kind of this level here, around about here. Yeah, could be historically. Looking over here. That's been resistance there historically as well. So there's going to be a lot of talk about this, and then we'll see what happens after it. I think we're due yet another wee drop in BTC. I'm getting the feeling that's the case, to be honest. Despite this kind of rise going up, I still think that's going to be the case. We're going to see another wee drop. Imran, I have a gut feeling something's going to happen to the financial markets, October 14 to 16. Remember the date for the streams on these days. I haven't looked to the financial markets for a while, actually. So we'll go, there's a FTSE 100. This is on the daily. And that's on the MAs. So I like to look at the EMAs. So on the EMAs we've crossed down over already. So that's a bearish sign for the FTSE 100, and which will follow the Nifty 50, which will follow the S&P 500 as well. They're all very similar. And where's the Dow Jones? Dow Jones very similar as well. So it's fallen down. 7 EMAs crossed down over the 50 EMA on the daily, which is a very bearish sign to me as well, but it's very choppy. Extremely choppy. It's been in and out on that 50 EMA. Normally it's much, like this period from November 2016 to February 2018, just crossed over and just kept on going up and up and up. So it's much more defined. This time it's not as defined because it's very choppy just now, which means uncertainty in the markets. And we're very undecided of what's going on. As you can see before, the years before, they've not been this undecided for quite some time, since February 2018. Have a look at the gold market as well, see what's happening with gold. Gold spot price $1,508 at the moment, has been a high of $1,557. Probably still be going up. We crossed over on a 50 EMA on the daily at 1,287. We're still above the 50 EMA, so it looks as if it's still going to go higher. Volume is higher as well. We can see the volume down here. Much higher. It's probably doubled since May, June time. You can see here with the price rise. For obvious reasons, people are getting spooked in the markets and they're going into gold. Traditionally, they're going to gold. When you see that, that's the time to buy Bitcoin as well. Alternatively, to buy Bitcoin. Or you could have went to gold and got, would have been a 17% increase since May, which is good. The DFIX index is up to 107.89. This is DFIX index. This is decentralized finance, DeFi, that we've been talking about, and it's an index listing 6 of the kind of DeFi projects. More will be listed, I would imagine, in the future. And Exante have not started trading that fund yet. There's going to be an index fund for this as well, but it's not started trading yet, so I'll keep you up to date with that. I'm definitely interested in it, but you can go into it yourself and just buy the 6 projects, like 0x. I'll just show you here what ones. If you go to dfix.fund, you'll be able to find out exactly what ones are there. Oga, Amovio, Gnosis, Numerai, Maker, and 0x. That's the ones that's in this index just now. More probably will be added to it, but I would imagine a lot of fund managers will want to get in on this as well once it's released. So not kind of really interested from a retail point of view, but from a fund management point of view, I think we could get some fund managers going into this index or dipping their toe in the water of this as well. They've got the XI out already. I don't know if you've seen that as well. I think I've showed you that as well. Not the XI, XAI it is. XI fund investment, XAI. It's me watching Russell Brand. Invest in cryptocurrency market from your brokerage account. So they've got the XI fund already as well. So they're going to have the DeFi or the DeFix fund as well. Okay, anything you want me to look at, anything you want to talk about, now's the time, because that's really it. That's the news story I had. The big news story was kind of the ETF being rejected. It wasn't that big a news story, to be honest. What was this I was looking at? Oh yes, it was Coinland. We just get rid of that. Alpha. Something's about to break big time. We might get a bank holiday on Monday while the banks shut their doors. Yes, indeed. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you watch CryptoLark as well. He's talking about the banks today as well. Go over to CryptoLark and check out his kind of new video as well, talking about the banks. We've seen it as well. I've reported on it as well. The banks all over the world, kind of what they're doing just now. There's been a run on the kind of Hong Kong banks as well for different reasons. But just the way the banks are treating everybody just now is just ridiculous. And I think people are getting fed up. People are waking up. That's what's happening. People are actually waking up instead of just going about like wee drones and kind of walking about doing their day-to-day stuff, thinking the banks have got them covered, thinking the government's got them covered, thinking the politicians have got them covered. We're not. We have to wake up and do things for ourselves now. I still see Bitcoin as that, or not Bitcoin, I still see cryptocurrencies as the way to do that, to take control or some semblance of control over our own future. How's LTC doing? We'll have a wee look at LTC. LTC, BTC, we'll look at the Satoshi value first. So still close to its 2-year low. I think it was a 2-year low. December 2017, yep, nearly 2-year low. Still close to that. And Satoshi value wise, we're talking USD $59. So not quite the $23 it has been earlier on or late last year. And earlier this year it was $30. So I still think Litecoin are going to do well. And $421 was the highest it got to on December 2017, so nearly 2 years ago. So we're kind of mimicking what's been happening 2 years ago. Kinda. We kind of look here. So if we take this, can I get a box? No, we'll just do this. So if we take this area here, and this is the same with a lot of the big cryptocurrencies, and juxtapose that over to here. That's not a word, is it? Where the hell did that come from? So if I kind of manage to pull that over here, we'd be seeing what we're getting here. We kind of look at these two. So we're kind of going up, we're hitting the peak there around about $147 earlier on in the year. We had a peak there around about $98, then we came right down $33, which is what's happening just now. We're coming right down, and then we had a parabolic rise again. So we're seeing this a lot in kind of with Bitcoin, with kind of Ethereum, with a lot of the BNB, seeing it with a lot of the kind of cryptocurrencies, and this kind of replication of what happened in 2017. I'm not saying history is repeating itself. I don't really kind of believe in that, but if you look at it, it kind of is following that pattern. So we'll see what happens with Litecoin as well. I'm actually typing to you with a generator here in California. There's a total blackout here, a power cut. Yeah, I heard there was about 800,000 homes in California kind of read about that. I was speaking to somebody about it as well, and they were using a generator as well. No, what they were saying, they were just using looking at the charts basically. That wouldn't have been you, Imran. Are you in the group? Imran, no. I think you are. So a lot of people are using generators because they're frightened of because of the fires raging as well. I think there's been a lot with the energy companies as well, the electricity companies. I think there's been a lot of pissed off people out there in California. Martin Gakir, Bab is cheap just now. I would imagine it is. G-Slick Dent had been added to PundiX Eco, sorry. To PundiX Eco. What does that mean, G-Slick? Been added to PundiX Eco. London Hash Club, hi Steve, great videos. How do you think the markets will be affected leading up to after Brexit? The stock markets. I think the stock markets are going to have a field day with this, with Brexit. I don't think there's going to be that much change when Brexit happens. Everybody's saying, oh, the house prices are going to crash, everything's going to crash. It's just going to be the end of days when we exit Europe. It's not. I don't think it is. I know there's money, there's less money coming in. There's just so much happening, or so much misinformation out there as well, that nobody really knows. That's the honest answer. Nobody has a freaking clue what is going to happen. Nobody has a clue what's going on right at this moment, never mind what's going to happen after Brexit. Are we going to leave on the 31st of October? Who the hell knows? I'm sick of hearing about it, to be honest, but we need to kind of know about it. However, we've just got fucking puppets running. Oh, it's just a nightmare. It gets me peed off, to be honest. But the thing is, the genuine thing is that I don't know enough about it, because I don't know. We're being misinformed about a hell of a lot of things, and I just don't know enough about it. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's crap. I just cannot decipher what's going on, to be honest. And once you get to the bottom of it, it's just all kind of these kind of gentlemen's clubs and just running. It's just pissing me off, to be honest, just now. Sorry for going on a rant, but I just don't think it's going to make a difference, that big of a difference. If I'm being truly honest, I just genuinely don't believe it's going to make that big of a difference. And people are going to be spitting them usually at the computer screen just now, but I just honestly don't believe it will. Just like I think Bab might make it later in time. I'll just hold $1 million just in case. That's good thinking to do that. Just like I totally agree with that. Imran is saying uncertainty in the markets creates fear, and fear creates fight to safety, precious metals, etc. Yeah, gold, etc. There's no doubt the markets, what's going to happen, the markets will probably go down as well, leading up to it and after it as well. There's going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for a lot of people out there as well. VeChain to be listed on Bittrex International, seen that as well. I know VeChain were one of the ones that are still going up. I kind of called that 43 the other day in the premium group. I think it's up to about 45, 46 just now. Gareth Passage, met someone last night wanting to invest 10k in a bank interest. He gets per annum is 8%. 8% on 10k. Well, even getting 8% from a bank is just like, what the hell? But I think you could still get much more in obviously the cryptocurrency market. Still a risk though. Bank of England fires warning to Facebook on Libra cryptocurrency. The risk watchdog latest meeting discusses Brexit and the conditions Facebook must meet if Libra is to get off the ground. Libra is not going to get off the ground, I don't believe. However, I think, I don't know. I think there's something else going on underneath this. I genuinely think there's something else going on underneath this. And this is just like a kind of smoke screen almost. And this Libra. I think Facebook will come out with something else entirely different. But they'll still be kind of pushing Libra as a kind of smoke screen. I don't know. Just a silly feeling probably. I don't know. Gordy boy, you still going ahead with the pension, Steve? Yep, I've got it all set up. I've got it all set up just now, and I'm in kind of Bitcoin and Ethereum just now, just a small amount in Ethereum, but I'll be building the Ethereum pot up. I think Ethereum's going to just really kind of go big time because of DeFi. DeFi is, we've seen the numbers the other day, I've showed you the numbers, DeFi is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Most of the projects, 88% of the projects are on the Ethereum chain. So we have to kind of look at that and we have to think, well, if they're on Ethereum, if they're using Ethereum, the blockchain, then surely Ethereum is going to go up. It's going to become more valuable. There's no doubt in my mind it is. So I'm going to be putting more money into the pension pot, into the Ethereum XBT product. So I'm going to be doing that. But we'll have to keep an eye on the ETFs. The ETNs might get banned from the FCA, Financial Conduct Authority here in the UK. If that happens, I don't know what's going to happen. I've kind of phoned up already about it, Hargreaves Lansdown, and they've said if you're in it, you're going to be okay. It's only you won't be able to buy into new products in that space. So, but it's a kind of worrying time for the ETNs. Hopefully they don't. Thanks, man. I'm going to take a look at that now. Says London Hash Club. God boy, think if people can afford to dollar cost average, that's the way to go. Then hope for the best. Crypto's messing with people's minds, and I fear for some who might be getting too deep. Yeah. Yes. Mitch Dieter still wondering what to do with Pundy. Hold or sell? It's a difficult one. At this stage, I would just hold. If I'm being really honest, I'll just hold it. Same situation with Wink just now. It's a case of just holding it and see what happens. If it goes to zero, then it goes to zero. So it would just be a case of holding it just now and just forgetting about it. I wouldn't even check it every day. I would just check it once a week or something, once a month. Because it will come back up. If you check it every single day, it'll just do your boxing. Imran, I don't want to sound too tinfoil hat, but I don't believe that this has got anything to do with the fires. I wouldn't be surprised if the US Department of Defense and military is up to something. Interesting, Imran. London Hash Club. Oh, I agree. I appreciate the honesty. Thanks, mate. My pleasure. My pleasure. Just like Dent is added to the X wallet. Sorry, Steve. Oh, the X wallet. Sorry. Right, I'm with you. I wonder what that meant. Crypto Dread. Yes, I definitely cannot trust the government. I don't think any of us can. Any of us. There's more and more things coming out into the public eye. Just now, what's happened in the past and what's happening just now as well. And just, what do you do though? What do you do? There's very little we can do. Even collectively, there's very little we can do. We can start a revolution, but it's going to take years and years and years for change to happen. We could get honest politicians. Honest politicians don't work. By the very definition, a politician is dishonest because they have to get to the top. They have to kind of stab people in the back, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know what we can do apart from splintering off and kind of doing what just now. We have at least, with cryptocurrency, this is why I feel with cryptocurrency we have at least some semblance of control over our financial destiny when we're going into cryptocurrencies. However, it's still a big risk and we're considered risk takers. We are risk takers. But could the government turn around and ban kind of cryptocurrencies? To a degree, they could. To a degree, they could stop the banks from kind of let us. They're stopping it already. Whenever I go to buy some Bitcoin, if I'm using my kind of Visa debit card, I always get stopped. Even if it's £1,000 worth, I always get stopped and it's been flagged up as fraud. So I have to phone them up every time saying this is not fraud, this is something I'm doing. And they say, you realise you're taking a risk. And I'm saying to them, this is my freaking money, just let me do whatever I want with it and just buy whatever I want. Don't you stop it. I can understand about the fraud, but every single time, and this is about 4 or 5 occasions, I've transferred from the business account up into the kind of whatever account I'm using, and it always gets flagged up for fraud, and I always have to phone them and explain. It's my money. They shouldn't question what I'm doing. I understand about the fraud. They're trying to keep us safe, but at the end of the day, it's up to me what I spend my money on, not the bank as well. Going off on one again here. Must be a good day for going off on one. Many projects are all smoke and mirrors, a bit like the guy behind the screen in the film, The Yellow Brick Road. Indeed, a lot of bells and whistles, but no substance. Slow and steady, rightful culling ongoing. Digibyte is still my favourite. Is it? I'd never have guessed that, G-Slick. It was a joke, obviously. Crypto gives you a chance to be contrarian against the government. Look at how people are protesting with their money by buying BTC and having bank runs on the HK. Exactly. So there's some semblance of control over there. This is like a kind of crypto revolution, if you will. So this is kind of what's happening just now. We're not sticking 2 fingers up. We're just voting with our feet and just saying, we're not trusting you at all. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going into Bitcoin. We're going to be going into cryptocurrencies because we don't trust you as a government. We don't trust you as a politician. We don't trust you to run the banks. We don't trust you to run the country. David D is in house. Good morning, Stephen O. David, got your message about kind of being Chainlink being listed and Ravencoin being listed as well in the group. Thank you very much for that. It kind of brought out about 12 hours before everybody else saying that Binance.us was going to list Chainlink and Ravencoin and another one. I can't remember the other one. So that was good. That was brilliant. Well done, mate. Imran, banks are connected to authorities who are connected to intelligence services. Very dark, creepy world of shadow network. Crypto releases you from that to a certain extent. Totally 100%. Agree with that as well, Imran. Right, this has been a kind of day of rants. I do apologise for that, but there's my real feelings coming out just now about the governments and REP. That was the ogre. That was the other one. So yeah, well done, David, for that. And again, apologies for ranting. I just think it's very frustrating when you believe there's nothing you can do about the politicians. But this is my way of kind of doing that. Even when I kind of spoke to Hargreaves Lansdown, and they kind of advised me again about Bitcoin or the product I was going to buy for the pension. They were just saying, do you understand the kind of risks involved with that? Totally 100% I've looked into it. Obviously, they don't know that. They have to kind of ask me that question. But a lot of people are still wary of Bitcoin derivatives, like the ETNs, etc. and stuff like that. So we do have to be careful. We've been burned before. In 2018 was a massive burn. REP is still not listed yet, but coming now, just taking deposits on Ravencoin and Link. Yep, so that's good. I wonder how they're doing actually on the back of that news. RBN BTC. Yeah, it's gone up. So one of the few ones that's gone up. Link has already kind of jumped up about 100% over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it's come back down a wee bit. Expect a wee bit of a correction for Link, which would be okay. I did think without Bitcoin didn't jump yesterday. I think Chainlink would have hit their all-time high of around about 39,000 Satoshi, but it's coming back. A little bit of a correction happening just now, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that that's happening just now. So I expect a wee bit more of a correction before this kind of jumps to its all-time high very, very soon. So Bitcoin came at the right time, or the Bitcoin price jump came at the right time for Chainlink, but Chainlink is just going to be huge. And REP, gone down in line with the other kind of alts, but once the news comes out that this is going to be listed, I think that is going to be jumping up again as well. And we'll look at KuCoin. What's happening on KuCoin just now? So we'll go to, this is KuCoin Plus, which is MakerDAO up 6%, CHR up 3%, so there's not that many up in the kind of KuCoin Plus market. The main market, CBC, is up 19%. What's the volume? Look at the volume, it's up. Excuse me, it's up 19%, but the volume is 0.005 Bitcoin. So that is not good. That's not good. This is why I love KuCoin. I love trading on it. I think there's brilliant projects on it. But the volume is not there just now. But it's coming. The volume will come. But you should be, if you're looking to buy on KuCoin, if you see a kind of a quality project on KuCoin, and you think this is worth buying, the liquidity is just not there just now, bide your time. So say for example, you're really looking at CBC and you thought this is such a quality project, nobody really knows about it yet, it's near its bottom, and you can't really buy in just now because the liquidity is not there. You just buy a bit at a time and put your buy orders in and just leave them to fill, because they will get filled eventually, instead of you kind of going all the way up to say 104 Satoshi to buy 21,000 or something like that. don't have to do that. Just put your buy orders in around about the 88, 87, 86, 85, 84 mark and leave them to fill. It might take a week, it might take 2 weeks, doesn't matter. So that's how to play on KuCoin if you're looking to buy on KuCoin, if you find a quality project, and there are quality projects out there. Axpire, I was going to show you that, but that's 6.47 Bitcoin volume, so that's not so bad. FX, part of the Pundi X. Kind of chain UTK, that's 10 BTC. Just showing you ones that have got volume now. Just looking at others. Open, yeah, 0.13 Bitcoin in volume. So if you thought that was a quality project and you've done your research and nobody else has seen it, you put your buy orders in at 10, 9 and 8 and 7 even, and just seeing if you can get that, and that's how to play it on KuCoin when the liquidity is not there. So KuCoin will come up, I think, as a quality project as well as a quality exchange. I do really like it. It'd be after kind of Binance for me, the top one. What's happening on Binance? So we have HOT. It was kind of rising quite quickly. I think that was at 8 Satoshi at one point. Yeah, it was. So yesterday it was around about 8 Satoshi and it climbed all the way up to 11 Satoshi. There's a big jump. It doesn't sound that much, but it is a big jump, relatively speaking, as well. So HOT is doing well. It's just crossed over in daily as well, but it's hit that 10-11 hurdle just now. But once that goes, that could just really jump up. What else is doing well? RUNE and DeFi space as well, going up. MCO still doing well as well. That would be considered in DeFi space as well. Really like MCO, been saying it for ages, and I kind of called it out. It was the very first one I called in October, beginning of October. It's up 29% since then. And the kind of jump in Bitcoin price yesterday, it's not decimated, the calls. It's just the drawdown has kind of started showing. So there's 3 in the red just now, Poly, XVG and Stellar. So they went down before they actually kind of went up to above the 5%. That's the only 3 that's happened, and it's because the Bitcoin price kind of shot up yesterday. But the rest of it's looking good. What's ERD doing? Kind of looked at that yesterday as well, and I said in the group, in the premium group, I didn't actually call it, but now would be a good time to maybe call it as well. So it looks a bit, so it did get up to 21 today as well. 22 today. So there's not that many in the green. This is Satoshi value, obviously, we're talking about. And USDT value, it's a wee bit different. Well, it's not, it's only a couple of pages in the green, and USDT value as well. Where is WIN in that? 1525, it's actually gone up. 1370. So that's what's happening over in Binance and KuCoin. Another look at Bitcoin price, 8611. So if we can manage to stay there, volume is still okay. We can manage to stay there, and we'll just get this 200 MA open as well. We don't want to be rejected here. If it's rejected here, then we could go down again from here. We want it to go above that and stay above that. That's really what we're looking for. Have you ever been worried of getting banned from YouTube? Imran is asking. No, not at all. Not at all. If I get banned, I get banned. There's nothing I can do about it, apart from kind of obviously putting the kind of request to get unbanned. But no, I've not really been worried about it at all. If the channel was huge and I had 100,000 subscribers, I'd probably be more worried and more wary of kind of the content that I put out. But I've got, what, 3,600 subscribers, which is brilliant. It's fantastic. And I love coming on and doing the lives. But if I got banned, I would just find another way. I would try and promote the group more, the Telegram group more, or something like that. So no, I'm not really kind of bothered about that. So I could go on to DTube or something like that and just go on to one of those ones, see if I could get on there, or Twitch or something. But probably be using the blockchain and going to DTube or something. Howdo is coming out soon as well. Just put more content on that. Brick and mortar banks, die hard soon, yeah. Imran Chair, algorithms always checking. So many good YouTubers banned for no reason at all. I think the bigger YouTubers are kind of getting banned for just some silly stuff. But the other alternatives are not big yet, like kind of DTube and stuff like that. So we need to look at that as well. But that's coming as well in the next couple of years. People are going to be choosing their own social media kind of sites, and that is not controlled. There's a downside to that as well. If it's not controlled, there is kind of a downside to that as well. But the only thing I think with regards to YouTube, the only thing I think they should be checking for, all this PC shite, all this just utter garbage, all this kind of being too politically correct, hate it with a passion. They shouldn't be banning people for that. They should be banning people if they're breaking the law in some way. So if you're showing a video that's just kind of clearly kind of breaking the law against somebody else and kind of against the human rights and against something, then they should be banned, obviously. You have to step in. And I would imagine even if you're on a kind of decentralized network, you'd have to step in as well. They have to do that. So it couldn't be that you'd stab somebody and you'd showed a video of it, which is just even crazy thinking about it. Then obviously the police get involved, plus there's a ban there. But for silly things that YouTube are doing, are just, no, they shouldn't be banning people and it shouldn't be that way. And they're going to lose because of that, because they've got too much control. And that's decentralization is what's going to help with that as well. So people are going to choose by voting with their feet, and that's what they're going to be doing. They'll be leaving YouTube en masse. Just like they've done with Facebook. Facebook has happened, it's going to happen with YouTube, it's going to happen with other platforms as well, and people are going to go more decentralized and they'll have more control over what they're seeing. Plus, if you're a content creator as well, you'll get rewarded better for it as well. And this is why I'm still liking Howdo, what they're doing and what they're coming out with as well. So content or social media sites like that are going to be up and coming, I think. What time are we on? 9:24, we've still got time. David D, I made a little money on Link and Ravencoin in advance of the news, not sure if it was related. Excellent. That's good. That you made some money on it as well. Imran, you need to have 2 bags for coins like Link, one a swing bag and one a hodl bag. Keep accumulating more on dips and dump it in your hodl bag, yeah. Mike, do you think you might need a bit of meditation after today's rants, LOL? Yes, I do. Imran, don't over leverage on your swing trade. Some people swing 100%, bad move. I'd agree with that as well. I wouldn't kind of ever can tell anybody to do that, but I've done it myself. Just like 100 leverage, wrecked. Totally, I've done that before, just with a very small amount. Tried it, didn't get wrecked, but lost it. Steve, take a look at SHND, strong hand. Seen that before. Seen that loads of times, kind of before in the past. I think I was in it at one point. Pump of the century. SHND. Jesus. Yeah, the volume is huge on this at $2. Oh, that's because Crex24 is not getting included in that because the volume is $496 and it's pumped 4,545%. Wow. Coinmarketcap is looking good for us today. They're actually putting that out. Ranked 231 because of that. They put that kind of tweet out, when was that? 17 hours ago, when they were ranked 330. They're now ranked 231. And that's somebody buying at the very top, or somebody buying way at the top and they've only spent $2 on it. Excellent. That is a pump of the century. So it went from 722,000 market capitalization up to 33 million market capitalization. Love that. So it jumped by about 40x in the space of a couple of days. Excellent, love it. Thoughts on FTM? I just have not checked out the team or anything or the roadmap or anything lately, but love Phantom in the past, spoke about it in the past. When it was way down here, actually, when it was at 4 or 5 million, that was one of the hidden gems, and it's now seemed to be, it's been discovered. To be honest, where did we get to? I do like it for the future, by the way. 68 million at the moment, so it's one of the DAGs that I do like. But we kind of looked at this ages ago as well, and it does look excellent for the future as well. Why is Spend so low on any news? I don't know. So Spend, I was kind of talking about as well. Spend coin. I looked at that and I said last week, I don't know if you've seen it last week, G-Slick, that I didn't know for sure if this was a good one to invest in. So I'd been looking at it and saying this actually looks quite good, and I kind of mentioned it on the channel, and then kind of looking at social media sites and stuff like that as well. A lot of people are really complaining about it. When you get a lot of that, it's either FUD from a few people that are doing it in a few groups, but this didn't look like FUD. It was actually people actually complaining. So I would look into it more, but the volume is still good on this. But I did think it looked good, Spend coin. So I would look at it more as well, and I'd have to dig much deeper before I went back in. Imran, imagine if BTC did what Strong Hands just did. Oh, where would you be just out of interest? So it went up 4,540%. So Bitcoin is 8,600. Times that by 45. So it would only be up to $387,000 per Bitcoin. It's not that much. It's nothing really. I think many grown men would have wear their pants literally. Indeed. I think more than that as well. Andreas is in the house as well. Welcome to you. We're just finishing up. Andreas, we'll have another look at kind of Bitcoins. He was doing 8596. Now remember, we wanted to stay above this line, this red line here. We'll just kind of make it green, just so it's much more prominent. So above this green line, we want the Bitcoin price to stay above that and to rise above it as well if possible. If not, it just means the 200 MA is being rejected. And it's been rejected once, twice, 3, 4, 5, a few times now on the daily. So it's kind of being rejected at this price. So we need to break above that and stay above that as well. The good thing is, we've got some volume coming in. On a 4-hourly chart, we've crossed over the 50 EMA. The 70 EMA has crossed over the 50 EMA. That's a bullish sign for me. It's a bullish indicator for me. The volume is obviously kind of bullish as well, but it's coming down a wee bit. It's just under average just now. So I need to wait and see kind of what happens with that. But as that 200 MA is really the line we're looking to cross above. So what will happen if it comes down slowly? If it gets rejected again and comes down slowly to 8,400, 8,300, you're going to see the alts going up. If it drops big time, you're going to see the alts going down. So if it drops to 8,000 from here, i.e. $500 or more, then you're going to see the alts coming down. If it jumps up to 8,700, 8,800, the alts are going to come down. So if it's a slow and steady rise, or if it goes sideways from here, you're going to see the alts kind of rising. So these are the alts on the side. That's why I keep going over here. So you're going to see the alts rising if it's a slow and steady rise. If it's a fast rise, alts drop, fast drop, alts drop. Kind of sideways, alts rise, steady rise, alts rise, steady drop, alts rise as well. So that's the kind of scenarios you have to be kind of thinking about as well when you're going into alts. Just like laugh my arse off. Imran is saying, I hate to be the harbinger of doomsday wheel, but I think it's going to bounce lower. I think it's going to go lower. A gut feeling I think is going to go lower as well. If I have to be honest, I think it's going to bounce from this 200 MA and go down lower. But the good thing is, if it doesn't do it quickly, i.e. if it's a slow kind of drop down, then you're going to get the alts going up. And so there's a chance to make some money there. I know you've been saying 4,500 for a while now. Johnny Litecoin uses Spend, it works fine with the card. Excellent. So I need to check into more because I really like the look of Spendcoin. And I just kind of likened it to MCO as well. I think these are going to be good in the DeFi space as well. So I think it could be, I thought it could be really good, but then I seen all these kind of social media comments. I thought, okay, I'll have to dig into that to see what's going on. Kind of warned you, I said last week, I think, about it. But I have to do the digging. I'm not saying that is definitely the case. I have to do more digging on Spendcoin, but under 1 million market cap. So I'll check into that more. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. Gren, I don't know too much about Gren. I kind of looked at it, didn't really understand what the kind of tokenomics of it was as well when it first came out, and didn't understand what all the fuss was about, if I'm being really honest. After all the hype's gone down, usually a good time to actually look at its worth. Yeah, I think that would be a good time to look at it, see what the roadmap is, see what they're doing just now, see what partnerships they've brought in. So I've not looked at it since it came out and all the hype was there, but before the hype, well, before it kind of went up and after the hype, I didn't get it, and I just thought, no, I'm going to stay well away from it. That was my thoughts at the time. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. Thank you very much for joining me for a wee cup of coffee and some crypto chat as well. Really appreciate your time. I know you could be doing other things, so I do appreciate your time. And thank you for being here today and all your comments and everything as well. And until tomorrow, I will see you then. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes,